Oh. Nope. That was dumb. That was the wrong button. Immediately messed up all my technical stuff. There we go. That's how you click full screen.
Oh, I look sweaty right
Okay.
now.
Well, yes, you might be sweating down there in Costa Rica. It is exceptionally cold here in San Francisco. This
All the
summer,
time.
this is probably the coldest summer we've ever had since I've lived here. And like for
Yeah.
anyone who doesn't know, it usually gets hot like end of August, like September, which we haven't gotten to yet, but it has been chilly. It's only gotten above 70 like a handful of times.
Damn.
I feel like. I mean, my goodness.
Kind of
Okay,
nice.
so what is this indoor outdoor play
Yeah.
idea you had for setting up for your little baby? This
Okay,
sounded
so I want
exciting.
my apartment to be centered around him. Like I want it to be like a whimsical, beautiful land for him to play in. So I want to do like my living room. I want to get one of those like big, colorful, primary color like indoor playgrounds, right?
Yep.
And put that in there. And I want to get a
Oh,
big,
like one of the big wooden like climbing structures for inside.
yeah, yeah,
I always wanted one
like
of those for the
a
kids.
little swing, and then I want to get like a green carpet that kind of looks like grass to put down. I want to do like little cloud lights and like a
Yeah, I
big there's a
have.
clock glowing sun on the
Yeah, you
wall.
you remember
You
how
know?
I had my old bathroom
Mhm.
was like it had like fake plants like hanging on the shower curtain, and the shower curtain was like
Yeah.
leaves. I have more I don't have that same setup, but I have more like moss carpets in my bathroom now, which I absolutely love. I would
Things like that.
live
That's
I would live
for
in a bed of moss. When I lived in a school bus, I tried to convince my husband uh to let me fill it with dirt and then grow moss on top of it. I tried really
kind of
hard.
cool, dude. That's actually, I mean, I don't
I
know.
was
That's kind of
like,
nice. I feel
I
like
had
that's
this.
neat.
See, I had the same idea. I was in the same position as you. I had a little 1-year-old baby, and I was like, I want the world of whimsy for him. And I already
Yes.
lived in a school bus, so how can you go up from there?
Dude, I don't have
Moss.
a man to stop me. Okay. But dude, I want to get like those moss carpets like you were talking about, where it looks like
Yep.
mossy door things with a bathroom.
Yeah.
I want to get like rainbow decals to put like peel on stickers to put on the walls. You know, I want to get a
Yeah.
big. There's this trash can. It's like a metal outdoor trash can, but for inside.
What's the trash can for? Oh, so it looks like you're outside.
Have it just to have
You're
the
like
the
you're
vibe.
psyoping your kid. Like that's a lot.
I want him. I want him to walk in there, and I want him to feel like he's like it's his apartment. Like it's all
No,
outdoorsy.
I agree. I agree. I've been trying to get a handle on how my space is operating and functioning for my family right now, because it's a little stressful. Like
Yeah.
I just rearranged the whole apartment because my husband's e-bike was literally, he was storing it in the dead center of the apartment because that
Mm-hmm.
was the best spot to like bring it in and out and to plug it in. And he was like, it makes sense, it's right next to his desk. It's a whole thing. Like I was
That's
literally
not a
having to like come out of my bedroom and like walk in like a full circle around this bike to like go talk to him at his desk. So I
yeah.
moved a bunch of shit around and I got it so he can like park it behind his desk, is like a little cubicle area in our living room. And I was like, put that shit over there. And now I have my floor back and I can pace, which is,
You need a bigger
if you
place.
can't pace, the
Need a bigger place.
anxiety wins, I found.
No,
If
I know.
anyone didn't know. So yeah, I'm like in the process. I have my my doom pile of paperwork cleverly out of shot. I have a new bed frame that I haven't put together, even though it's been sitting in a box in my apartment for 4 months.
I know.
Before I had the baby, I was like, oh, I really want to put my like mattress, not my mattress is on the floor, traditional poverty style. But I bought myself a bed frame, and I'm really trying to like Like, it's hard coming from being homeless to like living inside and like what you can allow yourself to do, and like people don't really think about it. It has been on my mind a lot because I, like I said last week, oh, that was a notification to follow or something. That was crazy. But I don't know what it was. I don't have my thing set up properly.
Don't let them know that.
Oh no, what was my train of thought? What was it? What was I just saying? It was
Bed frame.
bed frames. Yes.
You were gonna set up the bed frame, and then
I
you
was
did
gonna
set
set the
up the
bed frame up.
You were giving me the excuse for why you didn't set up.
Crazy. Oh my gosh.
What the hell?
There's AI in my camera. Oh, my camera's bugging out right now. What's wrong with it?
You always have camera issues.
It's a robot. Hey, look at me. It has AI face tracking. It's either the short in the wire or the AI freaking tracking is wigging out. This is the world I live in. Nothing is as it should be. I was gonna say, I remember my train of thought now. That's not a notification. That's my camera making that noise, I think.
Oh my god.
I don't know what's going on. It's the technical difficulties train, but never mind that. I was gonna say I've been so mad because I'm pissed at the mayor for, his solution for the homelessness is 1,500 extra shelter beds, and I can't stand people who push shelter beds instead of housing, because like you literally can't even begin to unwind the first tendril of what has happened to you being homeless until you're inside. Like, you can't even start. Like, this is why I brought this up, because I forget exactly what it was that reminded me, but when I first moved into an apartment after living in a school bus for years and years, I had to relearn how to use the tap, like, for water. I was washing dishes one day and I realized that I was sitting there and I was like turning the water on and then hitting it back off and turning it back on and hitting it back off, like every couple, like I was like not letting the water run while I was washing the dishes or like fill it, or like I was just like I could only use the minimal amount of water. And that was because I had a water system in my bus that I had to physically haul like gallons and gallons of water. And so I was very conservative with the water that I was using. So it's just like, it's like a million things like that you can't imagine. You can't imagine until it's happening to you. And that's what pisses me off about like homelessness solutions, is that like it doesn't account for literally any of that. Like how are you supposed to live if you cannot have a place in which to live?
No, and a shelter is just a jail. A shelter is not.
Yeah, literally.
I'd rather sleep in an alleyway than go to a shelter. 100%.
I'm on a housing voucher now, but I specifically turned down a long-term family shelter, which was like, it was like wooden cubicles, like in a room all together with like a couple pieces of furniture, and then you share a bathroom and a kitchen space and stuff. And they were like, oh, it's great. Like you could stay there, like they won't ever kick you out. Like you could stay there like 2+ years. And I was like, what the fuck are you? Why would you do that? Somewhere for 2 years? What are you talking about? I'm homeless. And I held it. I held out. I was fortunate enough that the emergency housing vouchers from the COVID funding was coming through, and I was able to get housing, which is now I don't even know like how long that's supposed to last me the rest of my life, as long as I'm in poverty.
Which is,
or
not
until the government collapses, whichever comes first.
No, I'm glad I get to keep my voucher. I would have been so sad to have lost that voucher as well. I mean, I don't know how you're supposed to afford housing without something like that at this point and still be able to eat.
I don't know. No, because it's some absurd number of people are paying over 50% of their income towards just housing, like just the rent. I don't even know if that figure includes like utilities and stuff. Like,
I think you have to make $117,000 in San Francisco to be considered to be able to actually live.
Yeah.
Like in a one-bedroom apartment, be able to afford food.
Anyone
even
who
do well.
makes under 6 figures in San Francisco is in poverty. That's what if you're making less than 6 figures, you qualify for food stamps here. The cost of living is insane. And I haven't I like started looking into it, and it made me so furious that I haven't done my research yet. But there's like a big spike in the rent in SF right now.
No, they can't do that more.
Yeah, they're spiking it right now, I believe. And it's like we have this new billionaire kid mayor. He's not a kid. He's like the kid of a billionaire.
Yeah.
It's just fucking awful. I'm like considering running for supervisor or something because I just found out. Sorry, I wiggled my mic. I just found out that my supervisor, Matt Dorsey, wants to build another skyscraper in downtown San Francisco.
Well, that's the real problem.
Full of office spaces.
It's crazy
SF,
too, because
which has like historically high number of empty office spaces in my city right now.
That's what I'm saying. 60%. 60. The last time I looked, it was 60% were unoccupied. Why would you need another?
It's crazy, and like we had that ballot measure that didn't pass. That was like it was gonna tax like property owners for empty property units, and they didn't do that. They didn't like find like having empty. So it's just like it's all freaking. It makes I don't even want to talk about it, even though I'm here on my podcast where I want to talk about things. It just makes me so angry. It makes me so angry that it's just like freeze the rent. Make it illegal to charge that much money in this city. You can
well, that's not how it works. We don't have that power. Yes, you do.
It is. You can literally just do that. Like, I'm gonna have to start like a harassment campaign of some kind, and I will pitch a fit if they build a skyscraper in my district.
It's legal for everyone to go on rent.
There's a skyscraper in SF that is sinking, and they have spent over $120 million to not even correctly fix the sinking problem. Like they didn't fix it properly. They fixed it a little bit. It's crazy.
Made it better.
It's insanity. SF, like people really want to they want to turn this into like a techno feudal fucking enclave. Like in the future, like they freaking write books about it.
You know, it's perfectly legal for everyone to go on rent strike, right?
Yeah.
All you have to do is go to everybody in your building and sign a paper.
Oh yeah. Oh, gosh, I live with a bunch of yuppies. I wish I had yeah. It's so hard it's so scary and like hard to think about like doing a tenant union and stuff. I know, and even in SF, like I think there is just a citywide tenant union that I could reach out to. I am planning on moving though, so maybe I'll do that in my next place.
That's why I didn't do it in my building either. I was like, I'm not gonna stay here though. So,
the
last thing you want to do is like start the organization and then be like, okay, guys, good luck.
I'm sorry, repeat that.
So the last thing you want to do is like start an organization of some sort and then be like, okay, guys, good luck.
And then abandon it and be like, oh, I have to move, actually. Yeah, I know. It's so hard because my family just expanded. So now I need to move my housing again, which is like, oh my gosh, this is what I've really been actually thinking about is like I don't even know what to call it because like, I feel like my instinct is to call it like the attack on families, but that sounds like a conservative talking point. But I think there's this like really specific like vein of like family oriented like society like disintegration and like the reactionary behavior that comes out of that is like really like that's like you can put a pin right on the money at this moment. Like this is a big problem. And here's a good example. Like I'm a person who's leftist, who is motivated, who would love to organize a tenant union. My family just expanded. I have to move my housing in the next like year or two because I don't have enough room. So that puts a pin on it. That's another barrier that I have towards doing something like that. Like in my youth, I was wild and reckless and showed up to any protest and did anything and yada yada yada. But now, it's like it's so hard.
The issue is with our community, and like there is no sense of community.
That's
so
what
if
I'm
something like that
there was
end up
no
falling
sense
down,
of community. Yes, and it's been a deliberate like dissection and like attack on that over the decades. Like it wasn't like that's literally what like when conservatives like draw people in on that, like the family values been destroyed. It has been destroyed. And they fucking did it so they could have a talking point about it and like mythologize it as like into like the white nationalist like Christian family ideal, and like
that's the only people they want having kids.
Yeah, if they literally.
So only those people are having kids. Guess what? The next 2 generations, 3 generations are going to be white Christian nationalists.
Yeah, they're having the big push to have more children right now. It's like it's a very concerted, like specific effort that we don't have on the left. We don't have anything like that. We don't even have babysitters. We don't even have babysitters for organizing meetings. Like that's a hot topic that you could bring up and be like, why don't we have? We don't even have that. Like there's nothing. There's like zero structure for families on the left, especially for people our age. Like people who are older than me. I'm turning 30 this year. People who are older than me, they can sometimes have access to structure and stuff, and like, but like anyone younger than me just fucking doesn't, like, at all. Unless they're extremely privileged. It's like, it's such a tipping point. I don't even know really what to say on that.
No, it's hard because they're really, I've been doing the same thing, like racking my brain about like, what can you do to undo that type of damage that's been done? Because what's happening is we are dying out because of the fact that we don't have resources to actually take care of kids. We're being told not to have kids. We're being demonized for having kids. And then the right is going to have this giant boom. What do you do? Because you can't tell people to just go have kids. You can't be like, okay, well, we need to have kids too, because if there's no resources
to have those like children. The only solution is to like either rapidly create or seize some sort of like infrastructure that can be used to like support people with families. And it's like, it's so crazy, and it's like so obvious now that they're attacking like food stamps and housing and freaking Medicare. And it's just like, it's everything that makes your life possible. This is why we haven't recorded in a while because of technical problems, but like I've been doing some theory reading over on TikTok, if anyone is listening.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and it's like, it's just, it makes you think a lot. Like it's like driving me crazy. Like I think I'm coming upon some like more clearer analysis than I've had previously that I'd like to formulate. It's kind of hard to put my tongue on it right now. But like it literally is, like there's so much that I could point at, like the way that abortion framed our like political formation as like generations, like the younger generations, like it's reactionary. Like there are people who are like, yeah, I freaking love abortion. It's like, I'm never having kids. Like there is that extreme the other way of like, oh, you tell me I can't have access to healthcare that I need. Well, I'm going to freaking, do like go extreme about it because it's an extreme thing. But that's like literally the definition, like textbook of reactionary, like in terms of 100%. Like
I have the exact
socialist
agreement,
theory, like, and it's just, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
The amount of people when I got pregnant who were disappointed and borderline appalled, like on the left, that I wasn't going to have an abortion, was one of the most shocking things to me. I grew up in a Republican family, so in Republican spaces, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what your research are. It doesn't matter any like
family
that.
was a light way to put that. I'm sorry.
Lightweight, yes.
Sorry, repeat that.
All right, okay.
Sorry, just say that over again.
No, but they if it didn't matter who you were, it didn't matter how much research you had, because the community would come together to help you have those children. They would. Nobody was ever being left behind. Not a single person in that entire area was ever push to have those kids by themselves. They were never shamed for it. They were never now on the opposite side, of course, if you tried to have an abortion, you were the devil, right? And there's a middle ground here, obviously. Right. But it's like when I told people here that I was having the baby, they reacted like I was committing a crime. They were like, "You're crazy. You can't be doing that." Like I had maybe 2 people tell me congratulations.
They turn into a villain. They're like, "How could you do that to the kid?" It's like, I'm not. How could society do this to me and my child? What are you talking about? Don't you see what they're doing?
It's not my fault. Like, we're having a baby. We're not.
It literally makes me, and it's like what I just said there, like that it literally popped into the. I just saw this like video. It was a woman in Gaza with her baby, and she's talking about her situation in Arabic. And her baby is like literally skin and bones. Like he's like the same age as my baby. And I was like, look what they've done. Like, look what they've done to a woman and her child. And I just saw on the news today that they are placing unborn children under arrest for being illegal immigrants. So no more you're born, you're a citizen. Now it's you're arrested in your mother's womb. That's literally how much clearer can you be that it is an attack on like our ability to have children and generations and live. Yeah. Like that's particularly what it is.
It's genocide the long way.
Let's start somewhere. Like it's literally this moment of like the imperial core is just eating its own fucking face.
What are you doing?
What is he
doing?
No,
exactly. And it's right in front of everybody. And I think because of how right in front of everybody it is people are freezing instead of reacting properly. You talking to them? You gonna tell them about it? Is your topic?
There's certain people who still walk around like everything's gonna go back to fucking normal in 4 years. I'm like, are you like shitting your pants delusional? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? They already don't want to have an election in 4 years. That dude on Jubilee literally said, oh yeah, we have an election once to pick the oligarch, and then we're done with that. Like, yes, these people, these fascists are crazy. This is no world for babies. Not at all. And then they abuse their own children. Fucking,
it's truly
win. Like once they eat us, they'll eat each other if they win, you know?
The one thing I actually, that was one of the things that I noticed about like the difference between Western society's reaction and non-Western society's reaction within the face of things like genocide. Like in Gaza, people aren't eating each other. People aren't going around crazy. I remember reading a report once what would happen in New York City if people were cut off from
famine.
food.
Yeah.
There was a famine. And the estimate that they gave, like with a socialist, and it was a socialism study, that they literally gave 3 days before people started eating each other. 3 days. Yeah. I can fast for longer than 3 days. Okay. I can go longer than 3 days before I eat my dog. Okay, and you're telling me that we're gonna eat people within 3 days?
Yeah, I don't know.
The guy on a plane wreck, too eager to eat people's faces off.
Our whole way of life is untenable. I was talking to my husband earlier that apparently it's like a common stereotype in the rest of the world. You're outside of America or the US, so maybe you can check, is that Americans like drink too much water. Have you heard this? We drink water more than other people. Like what? I didn't even know. I literally, here's my big ass cup of water.
It's because we don't have as much minerals in our water. So that's what you're I've asked some Europeans about this actually, because they only like when you water, they get a little. Water doesn't hydrate you the same way that water with minerals does.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought part of it was like our obsession with like sports and fitness, kind of like Gatorade marketing. Even if you're not fit, Gotta. What did my husband say? He was like, oh,
Okay.
Americans will be like out of breath and be like, oh, I need a sip of water. Oh, I'm so out of breath. And it's like, what's the water gonna do for being out of breath? You just need to sit there and breathe. Like it's got nothing to do with the water. My husband's not from America originally, so he likes to point out and laugh at us. And it's funny too because every time my husband complains about something, I'm like, "Did you have any water?" Did you have any water is what we have instead of healthcare.
I noticed I stopped needing as much water when I started putting because I noticed no matter how much water I drank when I was in San Francisco, I couldn't feel hydrated. Like I literally like just I would be sitting there just tap water, drinking, still dehydrated, still dehydrated. I started putting a little bit of Celtic sea salt in a cup of water with some lemon in the morning, and I do that in the morning and at night.
Yeah.
And it literally like I realized I wasn't like necessarily dehydrated. I was lacking
Minerals.
the minerals required to absorb water. You know?
Yeah, because water will just run right through you if you don't take it in properly.
Pretty.
So what other place? Like I'm such a nerd. Like my bus used to be parked near a water treatment plant. Like I took a class in college called water, and we toured a water treatment plant. So like I would be actually like interested to like see what different water like treatment systems and stuff look like, because we also like back to that like Americans drink a lot of water thing. We're so decadent with our water. We have clean drinking water in our toilets. And like we water our lawns with clean drinking water and shit like that. Like absurdity, like just absolute grotesque decadence.
100%. And the water is different. Like when I was in Idaho, I worked up in the mountains for a while, right? And it was just straight. A lot of it was spring water. A lot of it was well water. My water, my pipes were old and things like that, but that water hydrated me, and I felt a lot better with that water. I noticed that when I would wash my face, the water would clear my face. It would clear my skin. I didn't have reactions to it, as opposed to when I would even just drive 40 minutes up to the city
and drink city water.
The
really insidious part about like how shitty things are in America is like how wonderful America is, and like how wonderful our natural resources were.
I said before, if I could live anywhere in the entire world, as long as the people were different, it would be Utah. I love Utah. I love its natural.
Gorgeous. I've only driven through it.
Oh, you missed
my God, if I didn't pull over to every rest stop I could, because every rest stop was a masterpiece.
Yes.
Just over the guardrail, and you could freaking
Utah, the weather.
It's gorgeous. And I have a picture of me. Like 9 months pregnant. We were driving across the mountains trying to get out to the coast. And I'm like in front of the big "Welcome to Utah" sign, like in my big traveling patchwork dress, like super pregnant. I'm like, ah! And it was like kind of snowy. Like it was gorgeous. It was so beautiful. And it's full.
It is. I would so live in Utah. Yeah. If it wasn't for the Mormons.
Yeah. Like if you ever need to imagine like what Utah and Idaho and all that's like, it's like the in the Fallout universe, that area of the country is New Canaan, which is like a religious theocracy, like insular country, and that is the most realistic part of Fallout. I feel is that singular depiction of that part of the country. That's exactly what would happen.
Who do you know?
Oh, he looked like he was about to like open a secret door and climb through the wall.
I used to go and climb past the wall, and then earlier I found him, and he was trying to step, and had stepped off the bed onto that little ledge, and was trying to walk the wall.
That's so funny. See, it's like that apartment's like already kind of a jungle gym for him in terms of enrichment. What's that house
there is
like?
A lot
is that house like just all like that with the what are those 2x4s?
Yeah, it's basically like this is just like a little thin piece of wood, 2x4s. and then the grates at the top.
Mm.
Well, you're gonna here. You want to get up there? Get up there. Get
Yeah,
up there.
Rula, live your dreams. Yeah.
I support you. Yeah, I support you.
Little babies. So funny.
Yeah, you're doing good. Stop. I'm gonna change your bum in a minute. He pees so much, it's ridiculous, dude.
Oh my gosh, I bet. Yeah. Is he drinks a lot of water and juice and whatnot there? Hot, huh?
Yeah, you do definitely have to drink a lot more water here than I feel like you have to in a lot of places, just because like I sweat constantly. It doesn't matter if it's cool, you're sweating. If it's hot, you're sweating. If you're
That's so gross.
It's it's not my favorite in the whole world. The weather wise, like I'm good. I like heat. I like dry heat better.
I say that, and then I'm always like, oh, like if we moved to a Muslim country, like I'd want it to be like Indonesia, Malaysia, or something.
Don't do that. Listen, you move to a Muslim country, you move to like northern Syria or some shit. Okay, you go somewhere.
Syria. Can't move to Syria right now.
I know. It's so pretty though.
But, you know, I think all the time. I wonder all the time what the world is gonna look like when I'm like an old lady, and like maybe I can move to Syria when I'm an old lady and there's peace in the land.
Because it's beautiful. Like the whole. I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of northern Syria, but oh my god.
No, I have, and a Muslim woman scholar that I really respect. She studied in Damascus, and I've listened to her. Like she talked pre a lot of the conflict. She was like, oh, Damascus is like the most beautiful place. It's like they have like every roundabout has like an ancient fountain, and like she was like, it's the most amazing place. And she got to go there and study like Islamic history and the Quran and stuff like that, and I was like, that would be amazing, but I can't do that.
No, not now. No.
My country keeps blowing up the rest of the world.
No, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping these conflicts will end.
Yeah, I imagine that, you know, inshallah, I'll live to my old age.
Hootie.
And I don't think Israel's gonna make it past the next decade. Oh, is it nap time?
No, he wants this. This is a cup full of passion fruit juice. He wants to dip his hands in it.
We'll put him on the floor and let him do it.
No. Okay, we gotta go somewhere after we film this. Okay.
Oh, that is true. You are going out. I give in too easy. It's so hard to know, like. Especially because we're a generation of people who are like dramatically like switching up the parenting that we were reared with and the parenting that we're rearing with. And so it's like it's so hard to know like where to draw lines and stuff with your kids and like where to be strict and where not to, like, because sometimes I just let them do whatever. I'm like, go see.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like I
want to have enrichment areas in my house so that they can have more like controlled.
This brings us back around to designing your space for the kids. Yeah, in your home is it. That's my dream too. Like, what you're describing, I've pictured so many variations of the same, like just an interactive world that you can live in.
Yes,
and
where everywhere you look, there's something for you to do.
Yeah, something to do. Have you seen the like people on like TikTok and stuff who like have like insane, like they're very wealthy people, but they have like insane freaking like structures in their homes and like secret rooms and like jungle gyms and like have you seen this genre of content?
Yeah. I love that. I've wanted one of those since I was a little kid.
I feel like this is another symbol of the like reactionary sort of like there's no family room in public space. So like wealthy people aren't affected by it because they can compensate in their own homes. And like I can't do that shit in an apartment. I can't build a fucking secret room into my neighbor's house.
Nope.
So it's like that's like a really good example of how like the effects like are affecting everyone. Like, those people don't have public spaces for their kids, but because of their wealth, they're able to compensate for it.
Yes.
I just thought,
like, I feel like that one of the big tipping points of the like denial of family culture was when they took out the McDonald's play places and things like that, and they started.
we can't have those anymore because of COVID.
I know that seems like a small thing in people's heads, but when they did that, it removed a play place from a lot of people's lives who didn't have one of those around. You know, like we had like one shitty park in my town. That was all we had. So when they took that away, suddenly there was nowhere for you to take your kids. You couldn't go hang out. You couldn't go sit with your friends, have a burger, and let them jungle gym around. You know.
Yeah, I like the one of the poorest places I've ever been and like stayed more than like a little bit was in Melcher. I think it was like Melcher, Dallas, like Iowa. It's a really small town, and I was like staying in a kind of an abandoned squat with my friend. But the center of the town was the playground. It was literally like the playground, and like the building I stayed in, it was like not a building fit for living in, but it was like I was technically allowed to be there because my friend like owned, her and her brother like owned the building and whatever. But like the whole, like everything was around, like you could get to the school, the post office, like the gas station, like everything circled the playground. And I fucking love playgrounds because when you're homeless with kids, that's where you go.
Yeah.
That's where you go. I went to this one playground in Oakland so many times. Like we lived like down the street, kind of. We were like staying on someone's couch or like sleeping in the parking lot at the fucking playground. But we stayed there so much that my kid thought that we like the stuff at the playground was his. Like there was like some like a little like car like trike thing. I forget even what it was. It was something like one of those little car things.
Yeah.
And he literally thought it was his because he was there every day playing with it, and he would get furious with the other kids for like using it because he was little. He was still like 2 or something. But that was an interesting time. I've had an interesting relationship with playgrounds. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Because
I've heard they've been shutting down more and more of them too. Like they've been shutting down more of those. I also think things like, I saw a video the other day that I thought was really interesting that kind of ties into this, was that like, you know how when you were a kid, you used to have like parties in public places, like you used to go and have birthday parties in public places. People would take their kids out to places. Chuck E. Cheese was a thing.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, right?
All that stuff's expensive.
Yeah, now it's indoors. Keep them in the backyard. And that's just like expected. That's common. You know, there's no more like
something else like, that makes me think of is I've seen videos before of people like getting into fights at like parks because they like rented the like pavilion of picnic tables for a birthday party. And like it's so hard to just exist in public.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. That was just a little.
No, you're fine. That's what I was saying, was that like I feel like even things like birthday parties for kids have changed, sleepovers, things like that. You know what I mean? And I feel like a big part of it, is safety related.
I feel like people don't do sleepovers a lot. I haven't gotten into the weird. My kid's in going into first grade, and I like. It's perhaps my own fault, but I don't have any like relationship with other parents or like. I don't know any of his friends. I tried to like connect once with a woman who like our kids were best friends in their class, and I just never reached out to her because it was right when I was like getting off the street, and it was just too much. It was too hard to like form a bond and like explain where I was at with a new person and like arrange play dates.
Oh shit! You go.
Arrange a play date while you're homeless? Get out of here.
Yeah, they don't want to do that. No, I don't see a lot of people really do play dates anymore in general, though. Like I hear a lot of moms complain about that shit. Like there's no mom friends. There's no.
I feel like the like if you were to track how much time you're like either are or are expected to be like with your kid and like focus solely on them and like watching them has gone like this. Like it's just like shot up like astronomically. Like you're
not allowed to be a person anymore and have children.
No, you just
become
it's like insane. Like I used to do all kinds of stuff. Like I don't know, my mom and my friend's mom would like trade us back and forth like every other Wednesday or some shit, and like stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
and it would be like we would just play in the backyard. Like I would just go over to whoever's house and we'd be like playing and chilling or whatever. I don't know. I have like my kids
Also,
are like
the implementation of social media has bred fear inside of people, which is not unrightful. Like
it's not unjustified. This camera is crazy with the tracking. Do you see that? It looks like a little droid, so it's like kind of cute. It's like a little like BB-8 or something.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I think that the introduction of a lot of social media and then the push on pornography in specific amongst people has really done a lot of damage on young boys who have become fathers and on people who have been
It's like a rubber band that snapped.
If you want to see what happens to a society when you sit there and you push nothing but incest porn on a bunch of 12-year-olds for 20 years.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, pornography is like it's like a rubber band that snapped, and it's caused a huge like reactionary trend in society as well. And also now you see like Gen Z and stuff and like younger, like some of them have like really reactionary like conservative views on like sex and sexuality and stuff. So it's 100%. Like come full back around. Yeah, it's like, bro,
there's
why is this so hard to get right? I mean, I understand that it's entirely set up for us to all get it wrong, but like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's propaganda. It's pushed. The thing is, they target the most fucked up parts of society, and then they try to push it into it, so people see the most fucked up parts of society.
Yeah.
And so now your kids aren't safe. Like, let's be real here. Your kids aren't safe.
No, not at all.
In a Western society, it's the truth. Oh. What are we doing?
I like didn't even notice he like came back around. I thought he was still dangling off the edge. Yeah. No, it's like it's so insidious. It's like something so disturbing. I don't even know.
No, it was. I mean, it was all purposeful to mess up people's brain. We also messed up people's dopamine reactors. Like on that same note, a big part of why society looks the way it is because we screwed up everybody's dopamine. Everybody requires short-term interaction. People can't focus for long periods of time. They need immediate satisfaction. They need dopamine. And we may as well
saturated.
All smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, everything's been like super saturated. Like on every level, everything is too extreme. And it's like, I don't know. I literally feel like I've been like dissected with like a knife. Like someone's cut up what my life was supposed to be like and fucking sorted it into pickling jars and keeps it on a creepy little shelf and looks at the remnants of what I could have had. And like that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm a freaking science experiment.
You are.
And all I want to do is like have my babies and chill. Maybe have some dirt I can dig my toes in. That's clean.
A yard.
It doesn't even have to be like my yard. Like maybe if
just a yard.
If the dirt in my city was clean and not full of lead. Because I actually learned that that's where a lot of the lead poisoning in San Francisco comes from, is from kids playing in the dirt.
Crazy.
And that's why a lot of the playgrounds are like completely sectioned off from the dirt, and it's just like a sand or like some other like filler.
I wondered about that. I was like,
it's something from the construction. No, because I learned this because I had to have the lead team come into my house and like check stuff because there was lead in my fucking kids' blood. And it was because we were poor and we lived at playgrounds all the time, and my kids would dig in the dirt, and Here, this is
dirt
tying
is
it
full of
literally
lead.
everything I mentioned earlier. Like, I didn't have a lot of water, so like it was hard to keep them clean, and like it was hard to keep them entertained. So I took them to the playground and they played in the dirt, and then they got fucking lead in their fucking blood because there's lead in the dirt
Yep.
because people fucking put lead in the dirt doing all this crazy construction and. Oh no, that's what it is. It was the earthquake, I think. I think it was like all the like rubble and like destruction from the earthquake like poisoned the soil in SF. Like the big one. I think that's what the lady said, because I had the lady from the
Yeah.
lead team come in and she was like checking all the paint, and she was like, yeah, sometimes it's like lead paint, but like usually it's dirt at playgrounds is what makes kids in SF have lead in their blood. Because I was like, we used to drink our water came from the fire hydrant. We used to drink water straight out of the fire hydrant, and I was like, maybe it was that. And but the decadence of America. Clean drinking water for putting out fires is running right through there all the time. So she was like, it's probably not the pipes. The pipes are all a lot newer and not really lead. She was like, it's dirt or paint. But that's just crazy. Like, that's the world I live in. Like, I can't dig my toes in the dirt and let my kids play in it.
No. Without being afraid that your kids are going to get lead poisoning. And then we know how lead poisoning affects the brain.
Not just afraid. They had elevated blood. They had it. They had it in their blood.
Yeah.
I had to do all kinds of testing, and it was so stressful. And it makes me feel like shit, because how the fuck am I supposed to keep lead out of my blood, my kid's blood?
No, you can't. No. Now they're trying to bring back asbestos. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
What?
Yeah,
oh yeah, because they're getting rid of like the EPA and every kind of environmental protection and every like people forget that all that shit like in like the 70s, like people were in a toxic fucking sludge world and they cleaned it the fuck up a little bit. Like it was bad.
People literally were coming out and saying we need to bring back asbestos. I grew up with asbestos and I'm fine. I'm like, are you, Terry?
Who said
Are
that?
you real?
Was that just like random
I've
people?
seen a few interviews. There's like Republican influencers and things like that. Like, you know.
Okay. That's a different breed.
Republicans with 127,000 followers and blue check mark by their name.
Yeah, I know. That no asbestos, baby. I cry too. Yes. He's making a wild face.
Okay, we gotta close this down here in a little bit.
Yes, I think we've twisted it all up nicely into circles. I didn't even realize all that stuff that's been on my mind was so interconnected until I was talking about it out loud.
You know, you upset. Is Mama doing something not looking at you?
Yeah, I know. You guys gotta get ready to go. I think probably the next time we might go live, I might come on sooner and do some reading. I might read some parts of The Origin of the Family by Ingalls, because that's part of why I've been thinking about all this is I've been reading that. But we'll most likely be back next Saturday. Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
Okay. Say bye-bye, Rudy Pretty. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Come on. You ain't gonna do it for me? You ain't gonna be all cute?
Bye-bye.
No.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Solidarity forever, my dear friend.
You too.
And my dear viewers.
Yes, yes, yes.